Goodness comes and evil goes.
Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth. Karibu, welcome. My name is Kwende, and today we're going to get into another important subject, and that subject is Garveyism and the Structure of Liberty, Part 4, Order of Economic Planning and Development. Now, this is part 4 then of a series of videos sharing with you excerpts from utterances or writings that the supreme visionary and great hero Marcus Garvey had made in the upper part of the so-called 20th century. So the quotations that we're going to get into today are selected in relation to this important area of economics. So let us get straight into it then, and the first extract reads thus, quote, "Commerce and industry are the feeding props of the economic life of the state, the community or society as a whole. On these two foundations rests the universal system of exchange with its financial factors. Every progressive people and nation indulge in some form of commerce and industry, manufacturing or agricultural industry. It is by such activities that individuals find occupation within the normal life of the state." He continues, "You are either an employer or an employee, big or small. The employees are those who work for the employers. The employers are those who employ the employees and pay them salaries or wages. The employers pay themselves salaries out of their profits or dividends, so both employer and employee live off commerce and industry. Those who do not work in this way are either wards of the state or recipients of charity or people who live off the earnings of others which flow from those who are industrious enough to work either as an employer or an employee. Every self-respecting man finds an occupation either as an employee or as an employer, according to his choice. With his ability and general fitness, he earns a livelihood. The man without a business of his own or without training to perform a particular type of job is always at a disadvantage in making a living. Great wealth," he says, "is made out of commerce and industry, also the professions, which depend upon commerce and industry." So he's putting responsibility on the shoulders of African souls to be wealth generating as best as it is possible to do within whatever sphere or condition we find ourselves in. And as we can grow in economic terms and in economic means, we begin to carve out true self-governing economy of our own. He goes on to say the following: "Do not envy the individual because he or she reflects success. He or she is making the race stronger by that intelligence and that success. Unfortunately, we have developed the disposition to be jealous and envious of the successful man or woman in our race. We are disposed not to go and do likewise, but to distract from it and try to pull it down. Thus we wreck ourselves. Unlike other race groups, they have accepted the philosophy that when a man becomes successful in any line, he elevates others. He helps others in industry and business. The more of his kind, the more his fellows encourage him, the more the nation progresses. Let us get out of our hearts the enmity we have for others of our kind because of their progress. Let us get out of our minds the false belief that nothing but the Creator can change our condition. The Creator can only work through ourselves. Therein lies power. So the supreme visionary Marcus Garvey lays the challenge for us to engage, for us to maximize our capabilities and to avoid contempt for one another, and not to absolve ourselves of responsibilities by putting it on the Creator Supreme. And a very spiritual man Garvey is. Let's move on. He says, most of us know or ought to know the value of minerals and oil. In Oklahoma, Texas, and some of the western states of America, men wake up overnight and find themselves millionaires and rich men because oil happens to be discovered on their property. An acre or two of land with oil represents thousands of dollars every day, according to the quantity of oil the well produces. Because oil is being consumed all over the world in every line of industry. As of oil, so of coal, iron, copper, and all the other minerals, which are to be found in Africa in abundance. Lately, and remember this is the upper part of the so-called 20th century now, lately, parsenite, a new radium-bearing mineral, has been found in the Congo. Radium is the most precious metal in the world. It is sold at $120,000 per gram and is used extensively in scientific experiments. So we can readily realize the vast amount of wealth buried in Father, Mother Africa, awaiting development. These are the words then uttered by the great and supreme visionary Marcus Garvey to empower African souls. For African souls to pick up the mantle and be self-determined in their efforts to realize economic functioning. So with that food for thought, and surely it is food for thought, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth.
The cry is raised all over the world of Canada for the Canadians, of America for the Americans, of England for the English, of France for the French, of Germany for the Germans. Do you take it unreasonable that we, the blacks of the world, should raise the cry of Africa for the Africans?